In 1934, a man named Harold Abbott walked through Webb City, Missouri, feeling crushed by life. He was broke, overwhelmed, and bitter about everything going wrong. Then he saw something on the sidewalk that completely shattered his perspective. A man with no legs was pushing himself forward on a small wooden platform. And what that man did next changed Abbott's life forever. The man with no legs looked up from the sidewalk and smiled. Not a fake smile, but a genuinely cheerful greeting. In that moment, Harold Abbott realized something terrifying. He had been miserable about worn-out shoes while standing on two healthy legs. The man beside him had no feet at all and still radiated gratitude. That realization exposed one of the deepest psychological traps in human life. Most people are not poor. Most people are blind to the fortune they already carry every day. Here's the question that instantly changes perspective. Would you sell your eyesight for $1 million? Most people immediately say no, and you would say no about hearing, legs, hands, memory, and the people you love. You already possess things you would never trade for millions of dollars. Yet you wake up every day treating those miracles as ordinary background noise. You complain about tiny frustrations while carrying a fortune so valuable you would never willingly sell it. The philosopher Schopenhauer put it simply when he said, "We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack." Your mind automatically scans for what is missing instead of what is present. One criticism outweighs 10 compliments, and one inconvenience overshadows everything functioning correctly. The brain becomes obsessed with the missing piece and ignores the 90% that is still beautiful, healthy, working, and alive. Modern psychology calls this hedonic adaptation. Whatever you repeatedly experience eventually becomes invisible. The new car becomes normal. The healthy body becomes normal. The loving family becomes normal. Even waking up pain-free becomes ordinary until one day something disappears. Then suddenly you realize you would give almost anything to have it back. Hospice workers hear this constantly because dying people rarely say they wish they had accumulated more. They usually grieve the ordinary blessings they failed to appreciate while they still had them. There is one simple exercise that can begin rewiring this pattern in weeks. Every night before sleep, write down 3 specific things you were grateful for that day. Specific matters, not vague labels like my family, but details like my daughter laughed at dinner. Tiny details force the brain to notice life again, and researchers found measurable improvements in happiness, sleep, resilience, and health. So is the answer pretending everything is perfect and smiling through pain? No, that is fake positivity. And people can sense the difference instantly. Gratitude is not denying pain. It is recognizing that pain exists beside beauty, not instead of it. The man with no legs was not pretending his life was easy. He simply refused to become blind to what still remained. Gratitude is not delusion. It is disciplined attention, training yourself to notice what your brain overlooks. You're probably already living inside blessings you would beg to recover if they disappeared tomorrow. The ordinary moments you rush past may someday become the exact moments you miss most. Harold Abbott realized that on a Missouri sidewalk nearly a century ago, and he stopped counting only what was wrong. He started noticing what was still there, and that is the shift. The fortune already exists, and the only question is whether you recognize it before life forces you to. Most people spend years chasing happiness while overlooking the quiet miracles around them. Sometimes the fastest way to feel rich is not acquiring more, but finally seeing clearly what was already yours.